Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hot Takes and Beer Breaks, the podcast where we have some hot takes but more beer breaks. I'm joined by Justin and Jason, as always. I almost messed that up.
What else is
Hello.
new, John?
I know, but
Your
we
whole
have a
day's
special
messed
guest
up.
today. We
Well,
have
John, maybe
Cody
if you
joining
were
us
sitting
again.
up straight and more professional, you'd be
Technically,
You'd be
I'm
able to
straight.
talk
My
better.
my camera's below me, so
nice.
Likely story.
Below you.
You
While
can
we're
introduce your
rambling
guest.
nonsense, I just want to take this moment to get on my soapbox and say brown sugar Pop Tarts are the best Pop Tart.
I will stand here and fight you about that.
What are you going? Oh, you're going with s'mores, aren't you?
Nope. Cookie
Which
and
ones?
cream is the best one.
Oh, cookies and cream is good. No, are we
Okay.
talking like toasted?
I
Are
do
we talking
mess
toasted
with brown
Pop-Tarts?
sugar though. Wait a
We
second.
going
Alright.
toasted Pop Tarts or like cold Pop Tarts?
Oh, but then
My
you
house
can,
doesn't have
freeze
heating, so these Pop Tarts are always cold.
That's fair.
Well, this week we decided to do something different. So we're not going to do our typical podcast where we talk about the news and headlines of this week. We're going to do
Yeah,
because there
the
isn't
news
any.
is boring. It
there's
sucks.
there's not a lot to talk about this week. So we're going to do a special episode where we talk about movies in quarantine this week. We have some questions. Now I realized when I kind of came up with this idea, it's kind of similar to Screen Junkies movie fights. It's a little similar if you guys have ever seen that kind of thing. But we're
Except
all gonna
ours is
kinda-
called Hot Takes 1 and Action.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
But instead of fighting, instead of me deciding who the winner is, I think we're just going to try and come to an agreement.
Nope.
We'll discuss it,
No, we're
and if
not.
there's a
Bloodbath.
tiebreaker, I'll decide it. Okay, fine. I'll just decide it. We're going to completely steal it now.
No, it's fine.
Well, if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, we're all at Hot Takes and Beer Breaks. And then you can email in at hottakesandbeerbreaks@gmail.com. Is everyone ready to start it up?
Born ready.
Ready
Yeah.
for these questions? All right.
I thought you
So
asked that at the beginning of the podcast. What have we been doing?
Well, Cody, I just want to make sure you're double extra sure. You're a special guest, so I want to make sure you're taken care
You're a
of.
special
thank
boy.
you. Thank you. I am ready. I'm even ready
Alright.
to go first.
All right.
Hey, you heard.
Hot take.
Okay, so we'll go Cody, Justin, and Jason because that's how I have it lined up on my screen.
Yeah, that works.
What?
All
Then
right.
rotate rounds.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
rotate around. So the first question I have for you guys, what would be the best rom-com to watch with Bae in quarantine? Cody, it's your floor.
So I'll be honest. I had to call Justin to help me, but that's because he is my IMDb IRL. And
Facts.
it's The Proposal, starring Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds, the 2009
Yes.
rom-com. Faced with deportation to her native Canada, high-powered book editor Margaret Tate says she's engaged to marry Andrew Paxton, her hapless assistant. Andrew agrees to the charade but imposes a few conditions of his own, include flying to Alaska, yada yada yada. I think Betty White's in the movie. I can't remember. All I do remember is when I saw that movie, it made me feel good, and I feel like if I were to watch that now with Bae, it'd be nice. You know, I like the fact that they're working adults and trying to balance love and whatnot. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit of personal relation to that, but that's
Okay.
what I would say right now.
All right, great first start. Justin,
Quality
what
start.
rom-com have you picked?
So, to really appreciate a true loving story, it's not about some incident that happens that sets the love. It's a growing and learning as a couple. And nothing says growing and learning like being a fan of the Boston Red Sox before the year 2004.
God.
My pick is the 2005 Fever Pitch, starring Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore. I'll let Binder
Okay.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
okay.
thank
Jason,
you.
you're up.
So, my pick is it's a little earlier than Justin's. It also stars Drew Barrymore.
Oh.
It's a classic. Yeah. You never, you always want to have that special someone that you fall in love with and every day is magical. Well, in some cases that doesn't happen. Some cases, you get hit with amnesia. You don't remember. My pick is 50 First Dates. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. What could be better than having that person fall in love with you day after day after day? Not because she remembers, she knows what happened the day before. No, no clue. No clue what happened the day before. You just make her fall in love with you every day. What's better?
All right. Does anyone want to switch theirs? Does anyone agree with someone else? No, I just
Nope.
want to double check.
I stand by my
You all
statement.
stand by yours?
I
Alright.
feel like I want to fight on 51st Dates, but I also like that movie too. But it's funny because I feel like I've watched all these movies with you, so I'm like, of course we all like the same movie.
All right, Cody, why don't you give me your best, the best reason that your movie is better than the other two, and we'll go from there.
Oh, why do I think it's better than the other two? Well,
Yeah, this is a fight. All right, we got to figure out who the best is.
We are gonna
Al-
get into an argument.
although I like the story with 51st Dates, I just Ryan Reynolds personally is eye candy. I just like looking at him. So
Okay,
and
okay.
I'm more interested in looking at Sandra Bullock than I am. I forget the blonde woman's name from
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Thank
From
you.
E.T.
Although I do like her energy, it's great. However, Fever Pitch, I feel as though I can't compare because it's a special movie all in itself with the Boston Red Sox finally winning the World Series. Like, it always amazed me that they were filming that movie and they had I remember hearing a director's cut about they thought that the Red Sox were going to lose and then they had to quickly change the movie while they were filming or something because the Red Sox were winning and then they won.
Mhm.
And I just thought that was really cool because it also goes with the theme of the movie of just persevering through the obstacles of love.
Add
So
that to my argument.
to be honest, I'm more voting for Fever Pitch than I am my own choice.
Oh wow, Justin
Dude.
might have this in the locker.
Turn the
It
tide.
doesn't-
However, I'm sitting on my computer. Let me look it up. Is Betty White in the proposal?
She is.
I believe so.
And
Uh-oh. Does Cody have?
that might be Betty White. Yeah. If it wasn't for Betty White, I would definitely say Fever Pitch, but I'm only saying mine because Betty White's in it.
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's a very fair argument. Betty White's a great
Cody
actress.
Cody has
knows
attracted.
what
She's
she's
90
doing.
fucking 8 years old. Forgive
Yeah.
me, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but she's 90 fucking
Yeah, you
8
are.
years old.
I do it every week.
All right, so Cody's argument is his couples are more attractive than the other two, and he has Betty White, which
I mean,
good argument. Good
that's
argument.
a good argument.
Justin, what do you got that you think makes your movie better?
Well-
Everything Cody just said.
All of that. Also, you're a sports fan, John,
I am.
and
I have to
2000.
mention. Hold on. I have to mention my biases are kicking in. I'm ready not to give it to you because I'm a Yankees fan.
Yes, a Yankees
Yeah.
fan.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
I put that in air quotes.
Look,
Everybody
I don't
knows
want any
it's
lip
games.
from you, Binder. You're the true villain of this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was the saddest part of the movie is when he's going through a utter depression,
Mhm.
and he has the Bill Buckner tapes from the '80s World Series where they played
Oh,
against
yeah,
the Mets.
1986, I believe.
Tear jerking. It's horrible. But
I
as
mean,
far
hey,
as a
it
love
happens.
story goes, my movie mimics a love story better. It's
How you figure?
they start out with the honeymoon phase. They're all happy. They're loving it. They're going to the games, and then real life kicks in, and she starts to wonder. It's like, did I marry or am I dating a man child? What's going on? And then you see him grow as a person, realizing that he used the Red Sox as a crutch for basically everything. And then he learns to eventually grow up, become an adult, and treat his love for the game and his love for her equally. It's
Okay.
about growth, relationships growth, not teaching somebody every day, hey, you love me.
All right,
Yes, but
Jason,
that's
what do
the
you got?
same of mine, because the character Adam Sandler plays, he's a playboy. He just hits it and quits it with different random girls that come into town. He finds the one Drew Barrymore, and oh shit, what the hell's her name? I know she's the housewife on what do you call it? 2.5 Men. I don't. Amy Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
She also works at the restaurant, And she says, "No, this one's different to about Drew Barrymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to do this." Like yada yada yada. And he grows as well as making her fall in love with him every day, Drew Barrymore, because she had a freak accident when the car hit a cow in the middle of the road in Hawaii. So he makes her fall in love every day. He matures and grows every single day. And yeah, he could take the easy way out and do the same thing every day, but he doesn't. He does different things every single day to make her fall in love. And he makes a videotape for her so she knows exactly when they're at that point in the relationship. When she wakes up and sees his face, she doesn't get fucking scared. She doesn't freak out. She knows. It's happy. Happy ending. Beautiful ending. I cried at the end. Beautiful movie.
All right. So look, it sounds like Bender's making some really good points.
Okay, hold on.
Except,
Hold on, Justin, 1 second.
Oof.
But you know what? I'll let you finish your point, and then I'll go.
Do you want closing arguments?
No. I wanna ask something, and then you go ahead. You go ahead, Justin. You want to counter?
So, based on everything that I heard Jason talking about, Jason, correct?
Yes,
that is a
correct.
male
That
name,
is my name.
correct?
Correct.
Apparently, the only important thing in a romantic comedy is growth for him. So what you're saying is she doesn't need any personal growth. She's perfectly fine. She doesn't need to go on her own hero's journey. True love involves 2 people, or 3, or 12 if you're in Tiger King. You need both together to work through the problems. It's not one-sided.
Jason, do you have a
Well,
comeback for that?
Well, yeah, it's not one-sided. Because A, she can't remember, but she also has her own trying experiences that A, she can't remember shit from a certain date. And her father and brother try to hide her from, I don't want to say hide her, but like hide everything from the rest of the world. So they have billions of copies of the same newspaper, so she has to overcome that, get along with it, get over it, and every day realize she has to fall in love with this perfect
The
special
only
someone.
thing that Samwise on Juice is doing is freaking wearing shirts with too many holes in it.
Hold on. In support of Bender, because I was thinking about this earlier. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say last names. Anyways,
Keep
I
it
say
going.
it.
Nobody cares.
We've been doing it.
I always thought it was strange how someone who doesn't remember where they were the previous day, waking up in the middle of the Arctic Ocean and not feeling some sort of intense fear and confusion, leads me to believe that she's been on that boat for a while. So she definitely has overcome some sort of obstacle. If we think about what the character in the movie is experiencing as realistically as we possibly can in like a real medical condition.
Rob Snyder does a racist impersonation of a Hawaiian native.
Oh, whoa! He pulled out the big guns. He won for the kill shot.
I wish you saw my face just now. I wish I had a webcam. Oh my god. I was not expecting that.
Oh, I think Justin wins on that. I was gonna ask something, but I think Justin wins.
What were you gonna ask, John?
Well, I was gonna say I think rom-coms are built on this big romantic gesture. You know what I mean? Like, so who has the best romantic gesture in all their movies? Cody, I feel bad. I feel like you didn't get to talk about your movie. I feel like the other two kind of took
Cody
center
threw
stage.
his movie out real quick.
Cody, do you want to dump your
is a good
movie
movie,
and
though.
pick
It is
one
a
of the
good
other
movie.
ones to vote on?
Oh
Or do you
no,
wanna
no, we can dump mine. As you can tell with my supports, I've been totally focused on the other things.
It fell off. All right, so
To give
it's
credit where
Justin
credit
and
is due,
Jason.
Cody actually mentioned Fever Pitch for me.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
then
like
you-
to consider all options. I'm terrible with debates. But if I had to place a vote, it would be Fever Pitch for the sole reason that the guy has one thing in his apartment that's not Boston. It's New York Yankees toilet paper, and that always cracked me up coming from a Yankees family.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Fever Pitch when she runs across the field to get to him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be the big romantic gesture in that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Should we just say Fever Pitch 1? I'm sorry, Jason, but you got hit hard with the racist
With the
Hawaiian.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
Granted,
I don't-
the
I don't-
statement about the
That's
race,
Rob
Rob
Schneider.
Schneider racism thing can go for a lot of movies.
Yeah, you can't.
It was a different time.
Yeah,
It was.
Not that
It was
we
not
just weren't talking
worked
about.
out.
I was young. I was easily amused.
Hey, we
If I go
enjoy.
back and watch that, do I consider it a classic? Yeah. Am I aware of
Yeah.
what's going on? Yeah.
Hey, we enjoy all movies, but that was an incredible hit, Justin. Nice job. I think Justin won that one, so good job.
Thank you,
That's
thank
fair.
you.
He hit a home run.
I really like the movie, so that's why I'm able to pinpoint things.
All
Yeah.
right.
And I
Obviously,
completely
yeah,
forgot about it.
These three are also very good movies.
Shit.
All right, so
Oh, yeah,
next
what's the
question. I hope you guys are ready. We're going to start with Justin, then we're going to go to Jason, and then we're going to finish with Cody. So, Cody, I hope you have a good one because you didn't really get to talk on the last one, so I hope you have a better one to be able to kind of combat these two. I'm rooting for you. All right.
Thanks, man.
What's the best sports movie to watch now that we don't have sports? You can't use Fever Pitch again.
Shit.
I'm sorry.
all three
Forgive
of his
me.
movies.
Are we starting with me again?
No, I'm sorry.
No,
we're
we're
starting
going-
with Justin.
Okay,
Justin,
that's what I
Jason,
thought.
then you. Yeah.
That's
So
what I thought.
I went with a movie that is near and dear to my heart. Is it the
Alright.
best? No. Is it heartfelt? Yes. It's a story about 8 kids who don't have an extra player on the team. And this kid just moved into town like a month before school's about to start. Middle of summer. What's he going to do? So he walks out, makes a fool of himself on the diamond. Next thing you know,
Poor kid.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez saves him.
Mm.
Little did he know, that would be the start of the craziest summer of his life. I am, of course, talking about The Sandlot.
Okay, The Sandlot. Jason, what do you got?
Another one. All right, so hear me out. You're out here. You were raised. You got your grandmother in your life, near and dear to your heart.
Why is everyone near to dear in your heart on these arguments?
Because
Sports
how else
have a
am I
lot
gonna
of heart.
describe a movie?
Okay.
a
Sorry,
lot of heart
Jason.
movies.
Continue. I'm sorry.
So yeah, she's near and dear to your heart. You do anything to make her happy. Her house got repossessed.
I already
She's in a
know
lot
where
of
this is
trouble.
going. This is perfect.
So you know what? You buckle down. You do your best. But you know what? Your best isn't good enough at this sport. So you say, screw that. You go play a completely different sport. I, of course, talk about Happy Gilmore. Because what could be better than the triumph of one Adam Sandler for getting his hockey ways, putting hockey to the side, and playing golf to help his grandmother?
All right. Before I let Cody go, I just want to mention this. Justin's at a
Yes.
huge disadvantage because he was quoting this movie all day. And Benny the Jet Rodriguez is a terrible person in real life. So
This is
even
true.
though Sandlot is an incredible movie, it's gonna be tough to give it to Benny the Jet Rodriguez. You got some mountains to climb, Justin.
I got this.
All right, Cody. What's the sports movie that you think is the best to watch now that we don't have sports?
So sports have been gone for a while, so I'm bringing the energy because we're not allowed to go to sporting events and drink and yell at our other fellow human beings, throwing balls and shit. So here's the thing, though. We're looking at a new normal coming up. We got to run some new plays here in the new society post COVID-19. So hear me out. We got to go back in the history books because one movie thought of it all before it even happened. So before I get into it, we want to return to real life. We can't go indoors. Too many people in an enclosed space. We'd be breathing each other's air. I'd be sucking in your corona. Don't want it. So what do? We need to go to sports that are out in the open. Baseball is great, but baseball hasn't been on air or been played for what, 2 months now? So this is what we're going to do. We're starting clean. We're combining the best of both worlds. My vote for this question, whatever the hell it is basketball.
That is classic.
I started to choke on my own spit.
Nice.
All right, Cody. Why do you think your movie is better than the other two?
Did you not just hear me yelling? It's
All right.
it's the game plan for how we restart the sports industry in this country. We can't enjoy basketball in an indoor location, and we don't have the facilities set up for outdoor basketball arenas yet. However, we can start clean and devise new sports and create new forms of entertainment. People are going to want to see some crazy shit coming out of lockdown. We're bored. Let's get freaking crazy with it. Let's actually play basketball. So let's go watch the movie and learn from it.
Okay, I gotta say, Cody's coming out here strong. He's moving forward as a society, coming together, building a new sport. Justin, you're way behind. I gotta be honest with you. Jason, doing all right. Great movie. Jason, why don't you pick why your movie is better than the other two?
Okay. Well, my movie's great for 2 reasons.
Okay.
Oh, we need 2 reasons. Because let's face it, it's the greatest golf movie there ever is. I think it might be the only golf movie there ever is. I don't know. I'll have
There's
to
that
look it up.
Shia
John
LaBeouf
looked it
one.
up. Oh yeah, that one, I don't see. It doesn't even occur to me what it was, so it doesn't matter. Happy Gilmore, best golf movie. But back to my.
There's that porn remake of it called The Perfect Stroke.
Ah yes, that's right. That's a classic. Yeah. So what
Just
was it? 2 reasons. That's all I need.
Okay,
A,
so
it's
yeah.
a heartwarming, touching sports movie. Really gets
Okay.
you in the fields.
Can I ask
B.
a question, Bender?
Oh
Or
yes,
Jason?
please. Please go, Cody.
Freaking, was your whole game plan for today to just answer with Adam Sandler movies?
Damn, you found out my strategy.
Oh, don't mess
'Cause,
with
I
the
mean,
Zohan over
it's-
here.
Is that gonna be your best action movie?
Oh, there was
Getting
an
ahead
oh
of my-
shit, there was an action one. I didn't read the action question.
All right. Justin, what do you got? Why is your movie better? Keep in mind that Benny the Jet Rodriguez is a terrible person.
Can you please repeat the question word for word?
What's the best sports movie to watch now that we don't have sports?
Now that we don't have sports, what do people want? Do they want to see people really good at sports? Or do you want to harken back? Harken? Tarkin. Harken. So, do you want to go
Not
back
really
to the
doing it.
days when you were a kid and all you had to do all day was pick up a ball and go play? It's not about people being bad in the future. It's about what they were like as a kid. And Benny the Jet Rodriguez was also in The Mighty Ducks, which does that ruin that movie?
Maybe I wasn't. I mean,
That's a good movie.
no one mentioned that movie.
I thought about it.
James
Justin,
Earl
you're
Jones is
stumbling
in it.
here. Oh, he went for James Earl Jones.
I pass up on an
Ju-
opportunity. I can't argue this. The Betty the
Justin.
Jet thing, being a horrible person, has ruined me. It's still
All
my
right,
favorite
so I
movie of
think
all
it's-
time.
I think it's between Jason and Cody. All right, Jason. Actually, Cody,
Mhm.
what do you think is wrong with Happy Gilmore? It's not the better sports movie than yours. Let's go direct. What do you think is wrong with Happy Gilmore?
Spicy.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Happy Gilmore. I just think they've got 2 different stories. Happy Gilmore is the classic, like, I don't want to say underdog, but he is the underdog. He's just the, average Joe coming into, a special boys club, and he doesn't fit the part. He doesn't play by their rules, but he's trying to show that it doesn't matter who you are, as long as you enjoy playing the game, anyone should be allowed to play. And basketball does a similar thing, but I just like the whole idea of freaking basketball. How many times do I have to say it? It's a combination of 2 sports. Like, come on.
I've been-
What sport would you combine with golf other than golf? The only thing Happy Gilmore would win if it was the golf movie that changed mini golf to regular golf and normal golf to large golf.
That is a fair point. Basketball is
Yes.
a quality movie.
All right, well, I guess Jason just lost on that one alone. Cody, you win.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize we were winning. Feels
All
good,
right,
man.
On a personal note, I have to say I quote Jason's movie all the time, so it was tough to pass on that one. But Cody, you made a very good
man.
argument.
Can't go wrong with Happy Gilmore.
If
All
we're
right,
throwing
so-
out Rob Schneider racist cards, I'm gonna throw heat at Binder now.
Wait, what was he in that movie?
I don't think he was in that movie.
He had to have
Definitely
been.
was.
Yeah, check the link below. We'll post it.
I'm looking
All
at
right. We'll move into the next one. Something I teased already, unfortunately. But what's the best action movie to enjoy? So, Jason.
Wait, no,
sorry.
read the question in full.
What's the best action movie to enjoy in quarantine?
There we go.
So I meant this as we're in quarantine. We're not really moving around. Nothing's really going on. So something in that really, gets the blood pumping is my idea of thinking. Jason, why don't you tell us what action movie you chose?
So Rob Schneider is not in Happy Gilmore.
That's not the question I asked.
Did you pick
Okay.
Rob
I know, but
Schneider's The Animal?
If I could argue that as a action movie, I would. But it might be a little hard. So, since I actually did not read this question, I didn't have an answer for it. So, I'm going back to an answer that I already talked about on this podcast because it's a great action movie.
Okay, you're gonna do
Velocipaster.
Velocipaster. All right.
Yes.
Cody, what do
Adam
you got?
Sandler does not go in any action movie.
He was in Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Is that action though?
Yeah.
I would consider it. There was a lot of tension. He was kicking people.
Yeah,
Jason, do you
that's
want to
true.
change your answer to an Adam Sandler movie, or you go with
Well, yeah, that's
Velocipaster?
my theme. My theme is Adam Sandler movie.
So you're gonna go with You Don't Mess with the Zohan?
Yeah, we'll go Don't Mess with the Zohan then.
All right, Cody, what do you got?
See, I didn't consider that action, but if you guys do, I will.
Favorite action movie? See, this is tough.
No.
because-
Action movie to watch in quarantine.
Yeah, in quarantine, the first thing that comes to mind is the Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf, just so I can hear that one scene where the guy is like, "Yo, I need your credit card," and the guy's like, "Left cheek, cheek," as he's firing in the middle of some desert village at the Decepticons.
All right, so Cody's gonna go with Transformers, the first one, arguably the best Transformers movie. Justin,
I'll give it that
what
title.
do you got?
So, the whole concept of being in quarantine, you're stuck. All you want to do is get out. That's not the movie. The movie I chose was the action thriller everything 2013 underrated movie, if you ask me. Snowpiercer, starring Chris Evans.
Okay.
Snowpiercer.
For those of you who haven't seen this movie, it's about this train that is the last remaining remnants of human society. There's been a giant global freeze thing because they were trying to combat global warming, so they blocked out the sun, but they did it too well. So now the only thing surviving is this train that for some reason can circumnavigate the globe, and it does it perfectly every year. And it's self-sustaining, so it's always going to keep going and all that. I'm not going to give any spoilers because there are a few twists and turns throughout this along the tracks. Pun, if you will. But it's a very good action movie. The set pieces are great. It's all about class warfare, working your way from the back of the train with the bottom of the bottom all the way to the top or to the front of the train with the top of the food chain.
Okay. I'm ready to just cut You Don't Mess with the Zohan because I think that might be a little racist too.
Whoa, a little? Come on now.
Yeah, so Jason, do you want to you're done. You got the Adam Sandler thing. You're
I'll
done.
bow out of this round.
Now, I have to say, I enjoy Snowpiercer. That was a great movie, and Transformers has a personal place in my heart. So just Cody's tugging on my heartstrings right here.
I'll tug
Now-
on something else if you'll give me the win.
Sign me up.
For the audience listening,
Wow.
that is a jerk-off reference.
Justin, now I have one question. Would you say, now I know Transformers is kind of a sci-fi movie because it has Transformers in it, but at the same time it's directed by Michael Bay, who is notorious for action.
Oh,
Has
no.
incredible
Transformers is
explosions.
definitely an action movie.
But is Snowpiercer more of a sci-fi movie than an action movie, seeing as how it deals with complicated things going on, maybe a little bit more science fiction than it is,
I'll put it this way. The plot of the movie is pushed through with action. The the only way that these people in the back of the train who have nothing, they're given absolutely nothing, the only way that they can get to the front and actually like prove their worth is through fighting.
Okay.
So therefore, the plot in general wouldn't go anywhere unless there was action, to which there's plenty
Okay.
of it.
So your statement is there's action, but is it more, Cody, would you say it's more of an action film or would you say it's more of a sci-fi film? Because this might change the balance. If Justin's film is considered more of a sci-fi film than an action film.
So unfortunately, I can't offer an opinion because I have not seen the movie. The way Justin was describing it, though, made me very interested, and I added it to my watch list.
It's
It's
very
a good movie. You'll enjoy it. Jason,
So,
have you seen Snowpiercer?
Yeah, I have, but not any time recently.
What's
But
your
according to
opinion?
IMDb, it is an action drama sci-fi movie.
Okay, so it
That's
is
the
action
three
drama. Okay.
categories it is under.
All right, so now that we got that out of the way, we have 2 action movies. I just wanted to make sure because if we had 1 sci-fi and 1 action movie, it would have to go to Cody by default. So, Cody, why does your movie decide is better than Snowpiercer? Obviously, you haven't seen Snowpiercer, but let's make a case for why your movie
I have
should
a
be better.
fair middle ground because he has not seen my movie. Pick the
Yes.
scene from your movie which shows like the best action part of it.
Okay. Cody, why don't you go with your best action scene?
Wow, I wasn't expecting to answer that question. I think the best action scene would definitely have to be the slow-mo going back to the desert. That fight was the climax of the movie because that scorpion came up from under the ground and just started unloading on people. The bullets are flying. Even the village. It was funny because if you look in the background, the villagers have these like small little pistols. Even they're trying. They're like, shit. The Americans are shooting. I think we should be shooting too.
Okay, so Cody's action scene incorporates, the world coming together because, 2 people that might be at odds, the American military and people in the Middle East, are coming together to
Giant
fight this common
robots.
enemy. Justin, what do you got? What's your best action scene?
My personal favorite action scene in the movie, I don't want to talk about because Cody hasn't seen it yet, and if our listeners haven't seen it yet and they want to watch this, it's
Okay,
a
that's
very
spoiler.
when that scene
I-
came out, I stood up from where I was sitting watching this movie, and I was like,
You're going
"Oh,
you're going with the one with the lights out, right?
well, no, that's the one I'm going to pick." Yes,
Yeah.
the
I'm not
one
going to
towards
describe
the
it, but I
beginning,
know
if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
what,
I know.
yeah, it's what the main character does.
Jason, do you have a vote? Do you have any idea which movie you
Do you
would
want me to
prefer
describe
over
this
the other?
the fight scene for
No,
you,
no,
Cody?
no, no.
My vote would be for Cody, based on
Oh, not anymore. 'Cause
Justin
Jason
not
just said I won.
Yeah,
Justin not wanting to spoil things. I feel like it takes away from the movie.
I
I have to
accept
be
that.
honest.
Which I mean, that's
I was kind of leaning towards Transformers. Now, it may not be the better movie overall because I think Snowpiercer has a great plot and it's probably the better movie. But I think action-wise, you're going to get a whole bunch of action throughout Transformers. If you're just watching it just to turn your brain off and watch a dumb action movie in quarantine, I don't know if Cody necessarily made this point, but there's a ton of action scenes. Not only the Scorpion scene when the Blackhawk shows up, when Optimus Prime shows up, there's a bunch of quality just action scenes.
That's
Dumb
fair.
action scenes.
and fun fact. They're also making a Snowpiercer television show.
Yeah,
Are they
I'm
really?
curious how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I also
think it
tried
starts
to
this week, maybe? I don't know.
play into the thing, but I'm gonna succeed the point to Cody because I didn't think he would remember a specific scene because I can't in Transformers because I assume it's just all slow mo and exploding. But then as soon as he mentioned the desert, I'm like, all right, he's got that. He knows.
How could
Yeah.
you not?
So
I
right
just
now
remember
we
a lot
have-
of explosion car, alien, robot things.
We got one last question. Right now we have Cody with 2 points. He won this best sports movie and the best action movie,
You
and
guys are being
then-
nice to me because I'm the guest.
possibly.
Yeah, we gotta
I
have
just
you
don't want
back
to
on.
spoil it for you.
And
You're
then
gonna
we
text me after
have-
that scene and be like, "Oh God."
Then we have the best rom-com for Justin. So Jason, you're not on the board yet, so
shit.
maybe you get on the board and Cody wins,
Oh,
or
can I
Justin
bring
can
back
tie.
a point? The movie's no longer called Fever Pitch. It's called Perfect Catch.
The original name for
Ooh.
it.
Yeah, no, I know it is the original, but now it's called The Perfect Catch. Why
Yeah,
they
I
changed
have
it?
the
I don't
DVD
know.
of Fever Pitch.
Yeah.
All right. So you all have 3 movies to select for this next one, right? You didn't not prepare for this.
Yeah, no, I
Question.
prepared for this one. I didn't see the action one.
Okay.
Question. Are we doing one movie at a time, or are we gonna we each pick a movie and then rapid fire round try and?
That's actually a really good question. I didn't think about it. You know what? We'll do 3 movies, and then everyone tries to just kind of hit each other and say why their 3 movies are the better than the other 3 movies. Okay, so we'll do everyone at each time. And it'll just be a chaotic mess, and it'll be a terrible disaster. All right. If quarantine was to go on, and you only had 3 movies you could watch until it was over, which 3 movies would you pick? So, Jason, you're going to start on this one. Oh no, Jason, you start on the last one, right?
Start on the last one, technically.
Cody, you start, then we'll go Jason, then we'll go Justin. We'll just switch it up.
Justin
Okay.
didn't start yet.
Yeah, he
No, I
did.
started
Justin started on
the
the
second round.
Sports one.
Oh, I started the first round though.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
started the second round.
It's back to you.
I
This
started
is
the
the last
third,
question.
so you're in the fourth.
Oh, we're already on 4 rounds, guys.
Wait,
I'm
if
not
we
even
do split it
high.
up into 3 questions, then we each start one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cody, you
So
go
Cody,
first.
give one of your movies.
Give one of your movies.
Okay, so my first movie will be Ladder 49 because I think it gives you everything that you need in a movie: action, drama. It made me cry, it made me laugh, and I'm also biased because I've always wanted to be a firefighter, and it's about firefighting. But it's really nice. And John Travolta and Joaquin Phoenix are in it. It's kind of John Travolta at the end, closer to the end of his career, and Joaquin Phoenix near the beginning. It's a lot of fun.
Messed up Joaquin Phoenix, but
It's
all
Joaquin.
right, we're gonna give it to it. Justin, why don't you go? What's your movie?
The first movie I would pick would be the 1987 classic, The Princess Bride.
Oh, The Princess Bride.
Inconceivable.
Thank you for quoting. This is one of the most quoted movies of all time. It is anyone can sit down and watch this movie. Kids, adults, grandparents. It is timeless. It's a love story. This was actually my first pick for the rom-com, but then I realized it's a little more than that.
Okay.
You could watch this movie over and over, and there's no telling what you could take from it the next time.
Jason,
Beautiful
what do you got?
cast. There's just so much going on, and everyone's going to love it.
So, I was going to continue my theme of Adam Sandler movies, but I kind of said fuck that. I'm going to throw a curveball. I'm going to go End of Watch.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All
End
right.
of Watch.
Yeah, so it's the 2012 action comedy drama, whatever.
Mhm.
I'm going to read it exactly from IMDb. It's a short documentary style film that follows the daily grind of 2 young police officers in LA, one who's played by Jake Gyllenhaal and the other by Michael Pena.
Anna
Their partners,
Kendrick's also in the
friends.
film. It's
Yes,
a
she is.
huge cast.
Yeah, and so it basically goes on like what happens to criminal forces and greater than yada yada yada. But it's a very, very good movie.
Okay.
So we got a movie about firefighting and a movie about cops. Are there movies about paramedics? Can we get the Holy Trinity? Justin,
TV
change your
show.
answer.
There's
That
a
doesn't
TV
count.
show.
That doesn't count.
Well, 3 strong movies right off the bat. Very good. All right, so Cody started, so I think Justin, Jason, and then we'll go Cody. So Justin, what's your second movie you got?
Okay, my second movie. I went a little obscure with this one.
Okay.
I chose
but let's
the
see.
1957 movie 12 Angry Men.
Ooh, okay.
I
the one
chose
where they're,
this because
jury,
I've seen
right?
it a few times. It's not one of my favorites. It's not that. But every time I've watched it, it's been a really good movie. And it's just a great character study of some of the greatest actors from that time, just in a room hashing out this one court case. And it's perfect because there's so much going on that you would love to watch it over and over and over just to see all the little nuance and details going out through an entire movie.
Okay. Justin went oldie but goodie. It's a classic film. That's actually a really good film, 12 Angry Men. Jason, why don't you? It also highlights the problem with the criminal justice system. So that's
And that was back in the
incredible.
50s.
That
I
was.
bet. I
Jason,
guess
why
it got
don't you
better,
go
right?
ahead?
What'd you say, Just?
That was back in the 50s, so like it got better, right?
Oh, totally.
All right, cool.
So I have my movie.
Okay.
Tell me if it is not included because it was a TV movie. Are we counting this or no?
Sure, you can go
I'll allow
TV movie. I mean, if it's a TV movie, yeah.
My movie, because we don't know how the fuck long quarantine's gonna be. Could go till April. next April. Could go to like May, June, whatever. Could go to December. My movie, best Christmas movie hands down, the 1974 classic, Year Without a Santa Claus.
Ooh,
I would like to
okay.
chime in and say that is not the best Christmas movie of all time. That is in fact Die Hard.
Okay, sorry. Best Christmas movie involving Santa Claus.
I'll allow it.
All right. Cody, what do you got?
So I like that Jason threw it way back because my next pick is also kind of an out there pick. It's going to be the first animated movie of this podcast so far. Blow your minds: Scooby Doo and Zombie Island.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh.
I was
Something
expecting
that kids
Shrek.
can enjoy. All right.
Straight to
Which one? Scooby Doo's Zombie Island?
the one where they're on Zombie Island. It was the
The,
same. It was in the same period, or I don't know. I call it style. It shares the same style with the Scooby Doo and the Hex Girls movie.
Yeah, it was the one right before that.
Yeah. They
It was
had
in
they're like zombie
98.
pirates, right? They all kind of come out of the ground.
Well, yeah, but they're also like cat people.
Yeah, Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, 1998. Scooby Doo and the gang reunite in search of mysteries and adventure when they chance upon a remote island inhabited by an undead pirate and his zombie crew.
Nice.
All right, Jason. Why don't you tell us your last film?
Okay. So I didn't realize I was going for my last film. So for my last film, we're gonna keep it lighthearted. Back to my Adam Sandler theme, and we're gonna go Billy Madison
Nice.
because I mean, why not? You gotta laugh at yourself every once in a while. And what's better
Yay.
than watching a I don't even know how old Adam Sandler was, but watching a grown man sit there and color in a blue duck in preschool and in kindergarten, and then graduating all the way through high school, and instead of taking over his father's company like he was promised, he gives it to the guy that's in charge that should be running it.
Has anyone taken any of the Happy Madison movies during that time period and done like really dark conspiracy theories? Like, because you're just the way you're describing it that way, but when you were describing it, all I could think of was, what if we looked at it as like a severely developmentally stunted grown man who doesn't understand why his family is casting him out and trying to force him into the real world, and how services regarding those who are educationally inhibited, or it doesn't come easy to them, or they're mentally challenged, like how we treated them before and how our countries should be going now. I'm just talking crazy.
Well, Cody, you're up next.
Oh, my third movie then is going to be Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, because that was a trippy movie and it really made me think a lot. And I mean, Jim Carrey's been in a lot of interesting roles, but I don't know. That was the first time I saw him in something serious, but also using humor to try and uh, allow the audience to understand, or at least be more comfortable with the situation that's going on, because it was trippy.
And Justin, what's your third and final movie?
So I originally had ready the Captain America: The First Avenger, but I'm calling an
Okay.
audible. I don't know why it popped into my head, but it makes complete sense now. Shaun of the Dead.
Hey, yeah, because we gotta prepare if COVID makes us all zombies.
Yes. Edgar Wright puts so much detail and little things into his movies. Watching it over and over again would immediately make it just not even like fun, but just a character study for every single person, and just try and find all the little Easter eggs. It's something that you can watch over and over again.
Okay. So I'm gonna do
We have
this. I'm
9
gonna just pick a
very good
winner instead of
movies.
letting you guys debate, because I think you guys kind of made arguments for all your movies. I think I'm just gonna decide. So Cody, why don't you remind everyone what your three movies were again?
Ladder 49, Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
And Justin, why don't you remind everyone your three movies?
The Princess Bride, 12 Angry Men, and Shaun of the Dead.
And Jason, why don't you remind everyone of your 3 movies?
End of Watch, Year Without a Santa Claus, and Billy Madison.
Okay, if everyone would like to comment or send us an email about their opinions, but I'm going to pick a winner here, and I kind of have to go with Justin. I think all of you picked great movies, and all of you picked very good movies for each other, but I think Justin has the strongest of all 3 movies. I think they kind of hit the hardest, and they're all enjoyable. And I'm going to be honest, 12 Angry Men kind of was a sleeper hit that I
It's a good
think
movie.
Hit you with a
all
classic.
3 of you,
It's
I
an oldie
think
but a
took
goodie.
chances, which was really good. But I think 12 Angry Men might be the hardest one to hit. It's
So-
very good.
Why did I have to tug you so much if you weren't gonna vote me the winner? I thought
Well,
we talked
Cody-
about this.
Cody, this is interesting because you won twice, Justin won twice, and
Ooh.
And
Jason
I
did
got
not win.
screwed.
Can
Well, you went
Jason
with
give
Adam Sandler movies. What do you want?
Jason
So-
give us a tiebreaker question
Ooh,
between me
yeah.
and Justin?
Well, I was looking
Ooh.
up tiebreaker questions. This is another reason why I picked Justin because
Yeah, but I want to
You
give
just
Jason
wanna
that
ask another question.
responsibility. Jason lost. You got to pick the winners.
okay, you're right, Jason. Do you want to hit him with a tiebreaker question? Do you have one?
He's gonna
No,
ask us
I
something
wasn't
crazy.
prepared.
Hey, John, what kind of tiebreaker do you got?
Yeah, what kind of
Well,
tiebreaker questions you got?
Okay, this is the tiebreaker question I think that would do the best. Who is your favorite actor or actress? Do you think that would be a good one, or do you think I should go with? Oh no, it would be what actor or actress would you like to meet in real Wow, in real life.
What a lame ass question.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
switch
come
it.
on, you can do better.
Ask me something vulgar and grotesque, or like, come on, it's a podcast. What am I at school, John?
Okay. I'm trying to think.
You're doing great. Good dead air.
What is your favorite movie
What-
hero? Do you want that to be the last question?
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
I'm
God.
writing an essay prompt. I want to
Well,
know,
okay.
Justin, what movie had the most gruesome death that you witnessed?
Okay,
Most
that's a good
gruesome
question.
death that I've
That's
witnessed.
fair.
Oh. Damn, on the spot.
Cody, do you have an answer ready?
Yeah,
Do you want to go first?
I just need to make sure I get the name right. Excuse me. In this one goes out to my friend Mike, MFN,
I have
FMNB. Why did I type in and out into Google? I wanted to know Inside Out. So in that movie,
Oh,
the
you
gruesome
bastard.
death of the pink imaginary friend.
Oh yeah. What the hell's his name? Isn't it start
Bolby.
with Bolby? Yeah.
Or, no, Bolby's from. Hold on, real quick,
Bing
Justin.
Bong.
Continue. Bing Bong.
Thank you. I knew it
Yes,
started with a B.
that is the most gruesome death I've ever witnessed.
Wow. Justin, what's yours?
Okay, I will argue on the side of semantics here. That's sad. It's a heroic sacrifice that Bing Bong did. The most gruesome death that I've seen in recent time. Have any of you seen the movie Upgrade?
No.
Very good movie.
Uh,
So basically, this guy gets a computer chip, supercomputer, put into his body, and he's able to move and like do. He's basically a cyborg now, and it's a really good movie because he's basically not in control of his body anymore. So in it, once he initiates the power of this robot cyborg thing to start like defending him from these bad guys who are trying to kill him, he's in this house. He like spawns up, jumps up, grabs a knife, flips it around the guy's face, puts it right between his mouth, and you just see him pull it slowly, cutting the guy's skull in half. Meanwhile,
Oh my god.
the actor, because technically the character is not in control, so he's freaking out. He's like, "What's going on?" And then just ripping this guy's face apart with a
oh
knife,
God.
just like kitchen knife.
Oh God.
I've seen trailers for that movie, but I've never watched it. But
It's actually really fun.
I'm writing that down as my other
Upgrade.
to
Okay.
watch movie.
I actually thought of a great tiebreaker question that's pretty fair instead of
Oh snap!
these
Alright, let's
two.
do it.
All right,
Some death.
you ready for this? So this is
Yeah.
going to be a closer number. So I want you to say a number, and whoever's the closest is going to win. Okay. So how many Stan Lee cameos have there been in the Marvel universe? And you can't Google this. I'm trusting you guys to stay up. So it's the Marvel universe. So that doesn't just
The
mean
Marvel
MCU.
Cinematic Universe.
No, the Marvel universe. So every Marvel movie ever. How many cinematic cameos has he made, do you think?
36.
Cody goes with 36. Justin, what are you going to go with?
Can I also guess? Because I want to.
Yeah, Jason, you're
I'll
allowed to
guess
go.
last.
Hold on, we'll get Justin and Cody first. And then you can guess.
46.
You're going to go with 46?
Yeah.
Jason,
148.
140. Okay, well, Jason's way off.
You said the Marvel Universe. That includes television shows. Am I correct? And cartoons?
Yes, well, you're correct, Jason, but the answer is 60. There's been 60 cameos by Stan Lee in the Marvel universe.
Price is Right rules.
I vote
Yeah,
bullshit.
so Justin won. All right, that's the tiebreaker.
Woo! It's a little biased because I don't think Cody watches as many comic book movies.
No, that was a tough question because I think there's the Big Hero 6 where he appears in Spider-Man.
Are you gonna name all 60 movies? Do it.
Do you want me to look at?
I think I could
No,
get
I
close.
want you to do
No.
it without naming.
Without
That's
looking
what
it
we'll,
up?
That's
Well,
what
it's
we'll
not
do
that hard.
next podcast.
He wasn't in
Oh,
Fan Four Stick. He wasn't in.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he
No,
was.
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah.
No, the remake, the one with.
Oh, he wasn't in the new one?
Yeah, with Michael Jordan.
Hold
I
on,
didn't
we have
see
to-
that one.
We have to look
Because
this up.
there was a joke that he said that it wasn't good because he wasn't in it. And then you have all 21 MCU movies. I believe all the Blades, all the 3 Raimi Spider-Man, the 2 other Spider-Man. Was he in all the X-Men?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's
So
up there.
he has 127 credits on IMDb of being an actor.
Oh, yeah, fun fact. If you add up, Stan Lee is technically the most profitable actor if you account for movie, movie gross value or whatever. So if you add up all the movies he's been in and how much they made, he's the most profitable actor, technically.
Well, I think that was pretty fun. Did you guys have a good time?
You
Cody,
sound
did
ecstatic,
you enjoy
John.
being a guest? Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to
I
look
had
up.
the best time. I was really looking forward to this today. This is a great way to end my day. But I got a question for all the fans out there. You guys want to play a gun game on Rust?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, thank you for everyone who was at home, who was listening. If you want us to do more of these, definitely message us because
If you think I got screwed, please let us know. Because I think I got shafted.
No, Jason, we want people to respond to us, not.
I got shafted. There's people out there
John.
that think I got shafted.
John, it was
So
John, I would like to take a moment to say something.
what's that?
It was a pleasure being a guest yet again on your podcast. Thank you again. But it might be a fun idea if you offer a giveaway to your fans, give them the opportunity to win a chance to be a guest on an upcoming podcast, and hopefully
that
they
would be
can
great. I think
experience the same amount of joy and pleasure I've had.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we should probably open it up and see if we can get any guests that want to appear on this. That's a good idea, Cody. I appreciate that. So if you want to appear on this pod, email in, message in. Miles, you can't create a fake email and message in again.
Called out.
Who is Miles? I've never heard of this Miles before.
He was on 2 weeks ago. Well, thank you, Cody, for showing up. Everyone, if you want to find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or what's the other one? Instagram. Hot Takes and Beer Breaks. Message us on there if you think Jason got screwed, which no one believes.
Right.
If you had any other opinions, maybe you want to answer some of the own questions and give us your own opinions. Maybe they'll be better than the ones we got given today.
They would definitely
Email in at hottakesandbeerbreaks@gmail.com. Those same responses. Anything you want to hear from us in the future. Maybe you have some other topics you want us to debate instead when we have a slow news cycle. Yeah, you want to end it here? You guys want to say bye?
Bye-bye.
Guys, love yous.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Stay safe.
And thank
love
you, Cody, for
all.
joining us, by the way. Thank you, Cody.
You've thanked
John,
me
you're
many
so
times.
handsome.
Thanks, Cody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.